Hi, this is Lindsay. Thanks for joining me again. And today we are going to do just a pretty slow, I say slow, not easy. Slow, we're going to dive kind of a little bit deeper into some poses today. So definitely come with a mindset of this is going to be a little bit slower, not necessarily easy. Definitely, I want you to try to look inside a little bit more today. Just try to really find the peace and the strength and the sweetness in each asana that we do today. So if you'd like to join me, just come to a comfortable seated position. And if you've done any of the other videos, you know that your comfortable seated position might not look just like this. Maybe you're sitting up on a folded blanket or a towel to lift the hips a little bit higher, to lengthen the spine. Maybe your legs are tucked under and you're sitting up on the heels, resting the hands on the thighs, whatever works for you to lift the hips and to get the shoulders over the hips versus rounding and dropping onto the tailbone and dropping the shoulders in. That's really the main goal. And just to find a comfortable seated place. So in your comfortable seated position, just gently close the eyes. You can rest the palms up or down on the legs. And relaxing all the muscles in the face, turn the attention to the breath. And just slowly inhale and exhale. And as we draw that breath deep down into the belly, expand the lower ribs, slowly coming back to normal. Inhale and exhale. One more inhale and exhale, reaching up through the crown of the head, lengthening that spine a little bit more. We're just going to do a couple of seated, just modified cat-cow. So inhale, you can really use the hands on the knees. Inhale, lift. Exhale, drop the chin, round the back. Inhale, lift. Exhale. So you can start nice and small, gradually making these movements a little bit bigger as the spine just starts to wake up and just starts to open. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, drop the chin, round the back. One more time in each direction. And exhale. Coming back to center. And today we are going to try, if you have one, to use a block. So if you don't have a block, that's okay, don't worry about it. You can get a phone book, anything that you can just use to elevate the hands just a little bit more. And if you don't have one, we can modify and work around that. But if you do, make sure that you have your block handy. Bringing the arms down by the sides. Inhale, the arms out and up. Exhale down. Just a couple times here. Inhale up. Exhale down. This time we're going to inhale up. And we're going to bring the right hand to the outside of the left knee into a little gentle twist here. So we're really going to focus on bringing that belly around, not just the shoulders. And you can look over the back shoulder just slightly if that works for you. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, left hand outside of right knee. And again, focusing on moving that belly around, not just the shoulders. Looking over the back shoulder if that works for you. Inhale the arms up. And this time holding on to, I'll try to mirror you guys. So holding on to the right wrist, lengthen through that right hand and We want to go this way. Sometimes mirroring is difficult. Really opening that side body, really reaching, instead of worrying about reaching down, really reaching up and over. One more full breath here. Inhale, both arms up, holding on to the opposite wrist, and extend that arm up. Then exhale, folding over. Again, opening the side body, all that space between the ribs. Draw that inhale into that space. Expand the rib cage. Inhale, back up. Exhale, lower the arms down. And then come into your tabletop. So you can swing the legs through, you can swing the legs around, however you want to come into your tabletop. So again, we want to make sure that the wrists are under the shoulders. Or if you know that this might bother your wrist, you can walk the hands out a little bit wider and then press down in the tops of the palms. So we just want to avoid the shoulders being over the fingertips. So from here, inhale, lift the left leg. The sole of the foot presses up to the sky. And then just start to make a couple of circles in one direction. Change the direction of the circles. You can start small, gradually getting bigger. And if you find that one side you prefer, you can go back to that. If you find a tight spot, maybe just hang out, take an extra full breath. Just really starting to feel those hips and really getting in, allowing the hips to start to open. And then bringing that left leg down, right leg. Sole of the foot presses up to the sky. Watch the belly here. As this foot rises, the tendency is the belly wants to sink down. We want to keep that belly strong and then lift the knee up. And then again, start to make some circles in one direction. You can start small. Definitely keep these circles slow. We really want to feel the hip. The more, if we move fast, we don't really get to feel where the openings are happening, where the tight spots are. So just take these nice and slow, gradually getting the circles a little bit bigger. Inhale, exhale, lower that foot back down. Exhale, press back into child's pose. So exhale, you can rest the forehead down. If any point in time your practice, it just gets to be too much, you need to take a break, by all means drop into child's pose right here. And then just come back in to the practice whenever you are ready. Inhale and exhale. One more inhale and exhale. Gently come about halfway up, tuck the toes, press back. Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. So here, the knees do not have to be straight. Allow the knees to be bent, allow the chest to melt back towards the thighs. Eventually, those hamstrings and the calves will start to loosen up. The legs will straighten a little bit more. And you can, if you'd like, bend one knee at a time. Coordinate this with your breath. So instead of just pressing one then the other, coordinate this with your breath. Maybe you do an inhale and then switch to an exhale, or maybe you hold it for a full breath. So you might hold this for an inhale and then a full exhale, and then switch. Find what works best for you. Another option here is to come up onto the toes, inhale, and exhale, release the heels. Inhale, and exhale. exhale. Wherever you are, just play around with this. Let the hips press back, the chest melt towards the thighs just a little bit more. Inhale and exhale, step or walk to the front of the mat. Bend the knees if and when you need to. So if you're going to step, one big step up to the front of the mat here. If you need to walk the feet up, and it's not even a need, sometimes we just like to walk the feet up to the front of the mat. Again, bend those knees whenever you would like to. Forward fold, Uttanasana here. Cross the arms at the elbows if you'd like. Release the head and just let gravity draw the head closer to the ground here. It doesn't matter how far you go. Just allow the shoulders and the head to just dangle, opening the hamstrings and the lower back here. And as we hang out here a little bit, that gravity starts to draw the head down, creating a little more space in the neck as well. Release the arms and slowly bend the knees, roll up. Just coming into your Tadasana, you can bring the hands to heart center here. And just gently close the eyes. You can gently rock front to back, side to side. Find your balance here. Inhale, reach up through the crown of the head. Exhale, fold forward. Again in Uttanasana. This time, we're going to bend the knees on your inhale. Exhale, straighten the legs. So if your legs don't straighten all the way, that's fine. Just extend to where you feel comfortable, finding that edge, playing with where you are today. Maybe you had a hard workout yesterday and today you don't have as much flexibility in the hamstrings. That's okay. Maybe today, as we move through this, you find that you have a lot more flexibility. But right now, you're going to take it easy. So just listen to your body. Play around with where you are today. So inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. Inhale. And exhale. Take this nice and slow. Inhale. Really allow the hamstrings to start to open the lower back. So to start to relax just a little bit. One more inhale. And exhale, pause here. Slowly again, roll up one vertebrae at a time. Slight bend in the knees. Coming up, again, head and shoulders being the last to come up, back into your Tadasana. Hands, heart center, Anjali Mudra. Inhale, so we're going to do just a couple of Surya Namaskar, a sun salutation. So we'll walk through just a couple of those to warm up the body a little bit more. Inhale, lift up through the crown of the head. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come into a flat back. Maybe your flat back is here. Maybe the hands come above the knees onto the thighs. Wherever you find that length in the spine and that back is flat, that's where you go today. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, place the hands, bend the knees if you would like. Step back with the right foot into plank. So we should all know by now, modification right here. Drop the knees, head, shoulders, hips, and knees, straight line. If you're in the modification, the belly is still strong. So we still are totally supported by the core. Draw the belly button into the small of the back here. Inhale, elbows hug the rib cage. Exhale, lower down. Sweep through. And you can start today just in baby cobra if you'd like. Hands are light, chin is tucked just slightly. Relax the booty. Inhale, exhale, press back. Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog.
Inhale and exhale. Inhale, and as we exhale, we're going to step or walk to the front of the mat. Forward fold. Rolling up one vertebrae at a time. Exhale, hands to your heart. Inhale, reach up through the crown of the head. You can extend the arms up overhead. If I do, I'm going to lose my hands in the frame. So if you'd like, you can extend the arms up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Technical difficulties here. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Place the hands. Again, bend the knees if you would like. Place the hands. Step back, left foot. This time I'll do the full plank. Always know the modification is there. Inhale. Elbows are going to hug the sides of the body. Exhale, shoulders stay down and on the back, slow and controlled. Sweep through Bhujangasana Cobra. So you can stay low. You can come up a little bit more. Just watch that we don't come up so far that we lock the elbows out or that the shoulders come up towards the ears. So shoulders stay down and on the back. Heart lifts. Inhale. Exhale, press back. Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Inhale. And exhale. One more. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Step to the front of the mat, forward fold. Roll up one vertebrae at a time into your Tadasana. And then from here, we're going to inhale, a little bit more of a back bend if you'd like today. Exhale, forward fold. Bend the knees, place the hands. Right foot steps back to plank. Inhale, pause here, exhale. Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. And we're going to do the left side first. So left leg is going to sweep the sky, three-legged dog, release the heel of the right leg. Exhale, step that left foot through. If it doesn't make it all the way, let's say yours makes it to about right here. Perfect. Grab a hold behind the ankle and just help that foot out. Coming into your lunge. Lift up through the belly, lengthen through the crown of the head. This back knee can also always drop down. Inhale, crescent lunge. Lift up through the crown of the head, through the fingertips. And then we're going to plant the back foot. Coming into your Virabhadrasana 2. So watch here that we lift up through the belly. The tendency is when the hips are tight, the belly is going to sink forward. We want to drop that tailbone, lift up through the belly, and then open that front knee. Make sure the knee stays over the ankle, not the toes, and then check in. Make sure you can see the big toe of the front foot. Arms come out from the shoulders. Exhale here. Inhale, straighten. Exhale. Inhale. Couple more times. Shoulders stay down and on the back, away from the ears. Inhale, straighten. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, straighten that front leg. And if you have your block handy, let me grab mine. We're going to place the block so you've got 3 heights. This is your tallest height, then your second height, and then the lowest. So you decide where you want that. So back, both legs are straight. Left foot is pointing forward. Back foot, the outside edge of the back foot is parallel with the back side of the mat. Inhale, exhale, hinge down, placing the hand on the block. Back hand is going to come up, or you can even bring that back hand to the hip. The goal here is to open this front shoulder, rotate the belly and the heart around into Trikonasana. You can look up at the hand. If that bothers your neck, you can look forward or down at that bottom hand, the left hand. You decide what works best for you. Inhale and exhale. One more full breath here. Inhale. And as you start to exhale, we're going to lift up and bend the front knee. Back into Virabhadrasana 2. Shoulders stay down. Reaching out through the fingertips, up through the crown of the head. And then we're going to move the block just to the opposite side. Straighten the front leg. So that left foot, the foot's going to turn in. Right foot is going to turn. Toes are going to point towards what was the back edge of the mat. Now the front edge. So Virabhadrasana 2 on this side, Warrior 2 on this side. Front knee bends. Open that front knee towards the little toes. Look down, check, make sure that the knee is over the ankle and you can see the big toe of the front foot. Inhale, straighten. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And we're going to move into Trikonasana here. So from here, if you have that block handy, again, place it on the inside of the right foot. Both legs are straight. And just hinge at the hips here. Reaching down for that block. Back hand can come up to the sky or even again onto the hip. The goal again is to stack the shoulders, stack the hips, and rotate, opening the heart and the belly. Continue to breathe. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, exhale. One more inhale and exhale. As we move into our exhale, back into Virabhadrasana 2. Sink just a little bit deeper if you can. And then turning, coming back into your crescent lunge. So onto the ball of the back foot. Hands come up overhead. Sink just a little bit deeper. Exhale. Move the block out of the way for just a moment. One hand on either side of the front foot. Again, the back knee can be down. You can come back into plank or modified. Full plank here. Knees down. Here's your modification. Inhale. Exhale, Chaturanga. Elbows hug the rib cage, and inhale, Bhujangasana Cobra. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Really, from here, initiate the movement in the belly. Draw the belly button into the small of the back. That's going to initiate that movement. Press back. Inhale and exhale, release the heels. Inhale, exhale, step or walk to the front of the mat. Exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold. Roll up one vertebrae at a time. Tadasana. Inhale, little back bend. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale. Exhale, bend the knees, place the hands. Left foot's going to step back into your plank. So we're going to do the same thing, just the opposite direction. So from plank here, exhale, press back. Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. This time, right leg's going to sweep the sky, three-legged dog. Release the heel of the left leg. Inhale, exhale, step that foot through into your lunge. Pause here. Drop the knee if you would like to. Inhale, exhale. Check in, make sure that this front knee is over the ankle and not the toes. Inhale, coming up into your crescent lunge. Pause here for just a moment. Reach up through the fingertips, through the crown of the head. Plant the back foot. Virabhadrasana 2. Warrior 2. So again, opening that front knee as much as possible. Check and make sure that the knee is over the ankle, not the toes. And then lift up through the belly. Shoulders stay down and on the back. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more inhale. Exhale. Pause. Taking one extra full breath here. And then inhale, straighten the front leg. Grab your block if you're using one. Placing it on the inside of the right foot. Inhale here. So square the hips and the shoulders and the hips off here. So instead of shooting this back hip back, we want to make sure right here that the shoulders are on top of the hips and everything's square here. Hands come out from the shoulders. Inhale. And as we exhale, we reach down for that block. Back hand can come up or to the hip. Again, working on opening that chest, stacking the shoulders, stacking the hips. Again, looking up, forward, or down. Whatever works best for you, whatever feels best on your neck. Inhale. And as we exhale, we're going to come back into Virabhadrasana 2. Lift up through the belly. And then straighten that front leg. Move the block to the opposite side. And then right foot is going to turn in. Left foot turns out. Virabhadrasana 2, left foot is forward now. Check in. Just make sure that we're lifting up. Knee is open. The knee's over the ankle, and you can see that big toe. Shoulders down. If you've lost that connection to breath, find that connection now. You can even gently close the eyes and just reconnect with that breath. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. One more inhale, exhale. Pause here. And when things start to get a little bit tough, relax the muscles in the face, stay in control of that breath. So we don't let that breath come up into the chest. The heart rate starts to increase. Try to keep that breath slow and controlled. Inhale, straighten the front leg, move the block to the inside of the left foot. Again, square the shoulders, over the hips here, lift up in the belly, hands come out. And hinge, reaching down for that block. And if you notice that this top shoulder is dipping in and you're really reaching back, bring the height of the block up and see if that helps to rotate the chest open, stacking the shoulders and the hips just a little bit more. So find where you are today, top arm on the hip or up, whatever works for you. And then you decide where to focus and find that gaze, either up with the hand forward or down. One more full breath here. Inhale and exhale. One more inhale here, and as we exhale, we're going to move back into Virabhadrasana 2. Exhale. Sink just a little bit deeper. And then we're going to come into your crescent lunge. So come onto the ball of the back foot. Hands come up overhead. Sink just a little bit deeper here. Reach up through the crown of the head, through the hands. And exhale, one hand on either side of the front foot. You can move the block out of the way. Draw the front foot back to plank. Always know, drop the knees into your modification if you'd like. Strong, strong belly. Really draw the belly into the small of the back here. Shoulders stay away from the ears, creating just a little more space in the neck. Inhale. Exhale, elbows hug the ribs. Slow and steady. Into Bhujangasana. Keep the chin slightly tucked here, reaching up through the crown of the head. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and drop the knees. Exhale, press back. Just taking a couple of deep breaths here. Inhale and exhale. Give yourself a little smile. Sometimes, like I said in the beginning, sometimes taking it a little slow is a little bit more challenging. Inhale and exhale. We're going to come up, swing the legs around, and come onto your back. So if you'd like to challenge yourself, you can bring the hands out in front. Watch the chest here. So when the core gets tired, we start to round and the shoulders cave in. Watch the chest stays open, shoulders stay down and on the back. Inhale, slowly exhale down. If this becomes too much, you can always place 3 fingers behind the knees. Hug the knees into the chest. So you've got a couple, I'll give you a couple of options here. You can hug the knees into the chest. You can drop the knees open and just holding on right below the knees. Or you can bring the hands together, palms together between the feet, and then reaching for the inside arches of each foot. Let the knees fall open. And just gently rock side to side here. If you want to try, just to see, this is just an option if you would like. You can extend the right leg and then bend, extend the left leg, bend,
If you would like, you can try to extend both. Again, this is just an option. You don't need to just stay in happy baby if you prefer. You can gently close the eyes here. One more full breath. Again, you can pause this video. That's the beauty of the video. Just pause it. If this feels really good, then just stay here a little longer. Pause the video. When you're ready, release the feet. Hug the knees into the chest. And exhale. You can come into Supine Baddha Konasana. So the soles of the feet together, knees open, palms down by the sides. They don't need to be touching, just somewhere down by the sides. Palms up, gently close the eyes. Start to slow the body, slow the breath. This is another nice time to pause the video, staying here a little bit longer. When you're ready, you can make your way into your Shavasana, extending the legs out. Allow the feet to just roll open. Again, palms are going to roll up. Inhale and exhale. So here we're not holding on to anything, releasing all the tightness and tension from the body. Just being still and quiet. The entire body feeling supported and relaxed. And as thoughts come in, we gently allow them to flow back out, not holding on to any thoughts, not holding on to feeling, just being still and quiet. And when you're ready, you can bring the awareness back to your breath in your body. And then slowly start to make any movements that you'd like, opening and closing the hands. Possibly bending the knees. And you can even bring the feet about mat distance apart and allow the knees to just fall in, resting against each other. And maybe none of this feels right for you and you just need to be still a little bit longer, then just pause the video and be still. When you're ready, you can roll to your side, making a pillow for your head with bent knees. You can keep the eyes closed here, keeping that stillness and quiet in the body and in the mind. And then making your way up to a comfortable seated position. And again, just find your comfortable seated position. You can keep the eyes closed, hands at heart center. Inhale and exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more inhale. And exhale. Namaste.